Hi guys, it's Mark Lane. Hey, in this video I want to show you how easy it is to actually start doing deals in real estate. Listen, most people think that they want to get into real estate, start flipping houses. You know, they want to fix them up, sell them. They think they're going to make these huge profits, or maybe they want to get in and start being a landlord, and they want to build a rental portfolio. It all works. It all makes sense. But I want to show you the fastest way to actually start doing deals and actually start making money in real estate. So I'm going to draw a diagram here. So, and as a real estate investor, the fastest way to start making money in real estate is really to get into wholesaling houses. As a wholesaler, what that means is your whole objective is to go out and find great value on properties or a great deal on a property, and then you turn around and immediately sell it off to another buyer. Usually that's going to be a landlord, or that's going to be somebody what's called a rehabber, or which flips houses. Okay, and you're going to mark it up. You're going to mark it up $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever you can. All right, so you can do as many of these deals as you want or as you can, because you don't ever have your own money in the deal. You're not ever subject to owning the property, funding, working on the property, contractors. You don't have the hassle of any of that. Your whole objective, as mentioned, is just to go out and find properties, to go out and find great deals on properties, and then you dish them off to your investors. So I'm going to walk you through this diagram and show you how this makes sense. So as I said, your whole objective is to find deals, okay? So you need to have as many sources to bring those deals in as you possibly can. The main source that I want you to focus on is the MLS, okay? But then there's also direct mail. There is Craigslist, TV, probate. There is foreclosures, billboards, networking, what else do we have? Google AdWords, website. So as you can see, and this is just touching briefly on them, there's probably at least another half a dozen to dozen different avenues of which you can bring in more deals. So once you have these sources, at this point, you're working with that seller from these different sources, and you put a contract on the house. When you have a contract on the house, you also have control. You have control of the property. Nobody can come in and take it away from you. Nobody else can come in and buy the house because you have control with the contract. Okay? From here, you're simply taking it to your list of buyers. Your list of buyers is going to be the one who buys the deal from you. Okay? So if you say, well, I don't have any buyers yet. Well, that's okay. There's other ways to get them sold. There's real estate agents, and there are other wholesalers. Okay? Now, don't ever stop from going out and taking action because maybe you don't have the list built yet. Like, I teach to how to build that list, but if you don't have it, don't hold back, don't stop, don't hold back from making offers, because you can use other wholesalers that have lists. In other markets, you might have wholesalers that have a list of anywhere from 100 up to thousands. And then there's the real estate agents. Most good real estate agents probably have a couple of investors at least that they work with. You can utilize them to sell your deals for you. So if you have a good deal, you can use these other sources to sell your deal, of which you pay them a fee. maybe you split the profit. It's all up to your preference. So when you have the buyer that wants the house, you sign another contract. Okay, so now you have a contract on the house, you as the buyer, and then you have another contract on the house between you and your buyer. Okay, now you're the seller. And then what you do is you simply take these contracts to the attorney or title company. Okay? Take them to the attorney or title company. And at that point, you get your profit. All right? The average deal in a wholesale deal usually takes anywhere from about 2 weeks up to 45 days. 45 days is a long one. That's if, usually if there's some kind of issue with the title. But it usually only takes 3 weeks to 3 to 4 weeks is probably about the average. And the average profit on a wholesale deal, of course, depending on your area, is usually in about the $5,000 range. Right now, my average is, I think, about $8,000 to $9,000 so far this year. Last year, it was about $4,000. It just kind of changes as the market changes. And of course, as you get better, you want your average profit to go up. But again, compared to flipping houses, the fixing and flipping, you might make $20,000 flipping a house, but you're also going to spend 4 to 6 months on the project between managing the project, waiting for a buyer to come along, waiting for the deal to close. There's a lot of hassle. There's a lot of issues that can arise, by flipping a house as well as being a landlord. In wholesaling, there's just really hardly any issues because you are not taking any ownership to the property. You're simply selling your contract off to your buyer, and they, once it gets to the attorney or the title company, they're paying you your fee. And you can do as many of these as you want. So I hope that this makes sense to you. I really tried to break it down. But again, there's so many different ways to bring in deals. And you need to think of how much you really want to do with this. I mean, if you want to take it big, you need to understand you got to work the business as a business, okay? If you want to just do it as a hobby, then, you can still really pretty easily make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month just doing it as a hobby. If you work this as a business, it's really just unlimited. Wholesaling, I think, is one of the easiest scalable types of real estate that there is. I know people, as well as myself, that can sometimes make 6 figures in a month from wholesaling houses. So I hope that this works for you and makes some sense. I'll see you on the next video.